That's what I hear. I'm
Okay,
excited.
so I'm going to back off and just let you start rehearsing.
No, that's all right.
How are you, Mary? Good to see you.
Right there
Good.
she is. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. She's got that profile view. She's a little artistic. I get it the way that computer's set up.
It's my Mary.
That's it. Our Mary.
That's right. Our Mary. It's our Mary.
That's it. Okay. So yeah, feel free to play around in the chat today. This week we're really trying to roll out a whole bunch of stuff as we're peaking for Saturday. Go ahead, Santa.
Yeah, the when I hit the three dots, all it does is show me a pin.
Okay. Did you hit chat, or are you hitting just participants?
No, I have chat up, and then I hit the three pins, and it says
Okay,
pin.
well, let me
There's
send
three dots, and it says pin.
Okay.
What I see, Steve, is there's a little arrow button next to the message. When you click that, it says reply or reply privately.
Yeah. So Santa, I just sent you a message. Did you see it? I just sent it to you a second. There you go. So Ray, I just sent you one as well. You got it, Ray?
Oh,
Yes.
hello, everyone from Mary.
There we go. That's it. And you can reply back, correct?
Okay.
All right. So is there anything special anyone wants us to go over today? Yep. Yep, Ray, I just got it. Yep. Yeah, and then flip back and forth between general or direct. Flip over. When you have a message, there's a message overall general, and then when there's just one in direct.
I'm not following you. Where are you? Are you on the chat or are you on the?
Yes, I'm in chat and people both at the same time.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got it. I got it. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sending you a private one. Because I'll have a private one meetings, right?
Okay, so
did you get that, Rachel?
Yep.
And I sent David one. So we're making progress this week. Breakout rooms.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to look like a real company. We're going to fool everybody.
well, I like the direct, but it still doesn't have the save.
I know that. I know it's in the request. We got two things that are hot buttons: timer in breakout rooms, right? And save and chat. Two high priority lists that I agree with 100%.
Oh, not every priority do you agree with?
No, but I can see, just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean you don't do it.
Right. I love that Taco Bell thingy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Myself and Santa were playing before the meeting, right? He doesn't have a fast food fetish. He just happens to have good relationships with those companies.
No, I made 5 different avatars for Taco Bell, Colonel Sanders, Wendy's, and I'm getting to the companies saying, why wouldn't they want to use our avatars? And then they could, Steve talked about that CRM that's perfect for them. I don't know much about it. That's a job to get them to see.
But so let me take Sam's comment and make a comment, right? Is he's doing something that's very, very hard, right? What we do in sales. It's cold calling, right? It's where you're sending a message to someone who's not expecting it, and very difficult, right? For especially in the bigger the company, the harder it is to filter. It's a heroic thing to do, and like anything else, you hit one right person and it makes it into the right decision. So I don't discourage authentically anyone from trying to do that. Why not go for the fences? But I'll give you the other alternative too, which is great. Is somebody, one of you guys, set me up with a demo yesterday with a guy who is an expert in real estate, not an expert in selling real estate himself, an expert in lead generation for people who sell real estate. And he's very successful. And he's helped, last year alone, he helped people sell 1,000 homes. So he's a real person, right? In the sense of real effect and gets real respect. And so if the member who brought me that person literally tried knocking on the doors of every Keller Williams in the country, right? They'd go, who are you? And what are you talking about? And you're not welcome, most likely, right? Unless you get that one person, right, who's going to be inviting. And eventually you would find that one person. But when this guy saw it, he said, he goes, I think what you have is brilliant. I've never seen it before, and he goes, how can I help you? And I said, could you get us a meeting in Keller Williams offices? Whether it be on a webinar, whether it be we fly into town, like if you have a real estate office that are all independent, they have 150 desks, 150 agents, whatever that may be. I said, if you set up the meeting, I said, it's a completely different scenario if we cold call, right? If one of our members cold calls, right? Because as somebody that they look forward to, you're not only endorsing the product, but you're also going to tell them how to use it, right? And he said, I'm in. He goes, do you know how many real estate offices I know? Do you have enough bandwidth, I'm saying, to keep up with what I could put in front of you, right? So sometimes it's not just about the technology, right? And the teaching and the training of the technology, right? It's about that guy, that one guy who carries that much weight in that particular vertical and understands how to use the product, even though he's never used it himself. And that's what I said to him. I said, I don't want to wait 6 weeks for you to come up to speed on the product. I said, based on what you've seen and what you're experiencing now, do you feel confident enough to set up those meetings? He said, 100%. I said, we'll do the work. 6 weeks later, you tell us you probably don't need us and you're better at us at making the presentation than us. And I said to him, and he goes, well, how do I get paid? I said, we pay you the same, whether you're using the product or not using the product. We pay you equal for setting up every single one of those meetings. You don't get paid more if you follow up. You don't get paid if you don't. I said, if you follow up with your respect, you'll make more money because people will use the product, stay on it longer and tell other people because they're your customers, really, not ours, right? And so that's what I meant is sometimes you can just throw darts against the wall, right? But sometimes you want to look for the right dart. And that's what I meant. And the great part about our business is that you could choose the dart that's easiest for you because you may say, hey, I don't know that guy, right? Well, you probably didn't know the real estate person either that you're going after, but you might. I'm sure there's one local real estate person that you could go into the office and saying, is there somebody I could show some technology that, so I'm saying it's what your comfort zone is, right? It's opposed to pretending you're an expert, pretend you have knowledge you don't. That's not important, right? Trust their knowledge. So when I played him the real estate video, which is what I always said was going to happen, he immediately went, oh, well, I could do a better script than that. Please do, right? That's the whole point, right? It's like I said, I want you to know I don't have a real estate license. I've never worked in a real estate office, right? I've never sold a paperclip to a real estate person. Take that up. I said, that was the whole point, to get in front of someone like you who'll tell me now or create now what it should be. And that applies to every vertical in every industry. That's where those 1-minute videos are so very powerful, right? In the sense that they're conversation door openers, whether it be in telehealth, whether it be in churches, whether it be in schools. I'm saying you have something that's a little closer to home than saying, let me just show you a cool video that maybe that they can't, relate to, in that perspective, right?
Steve?
Yes.
Could you do a video on real estate? Well, you talk about a CRM and you can actually be on your phone and send the neighbor a text. You talked about that.
Well, we have a video in our back office, right? That's an example of what you could send to
Well,
somebody in
okay,
your
it must be
own
a new one. It must be a new one because that isn't what I
Here,
saw.
well, I'm saying, I don't know about, we don't mention a CRM, right? Our point sometimes, we don't want videos that explain things, right? People
Okay.
we want videos that show what it is, right? It's kind of like if you eat the best hot dog in the world, the first thing you don't do is ask Hebrew National, how did you make it, right? You enjoy the experience of it, right? And so we get so involved sometimes on how, and that's not what impresses people, right? If they're not impressed, with the is, they're not impressed. They're not asking how, right? The how will come naturally just before they're ready to use it. That's when the how is powerful, right? So again, here's just a real estate one. Again, for those of you maybe haven't seen it or if you have seen it, it's only a minute.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Columbus. I've been one of the top real estate agents in your backyard for over 27 years. I've probably seen you at the supermarket and should have said hello then. The reason I'm reaching out is that I am familiar with your home and, more importantly, the value in the marketplace. If you ever thought about making a change, this might be the best time for you to consider doing so. I don't know if you are aware that homes comparable to yours are selling at prices we have never seen before. And with the economy in an uncertain direction, it might not be true a year from now. Please take a look at some other properties similar to yours, and let's discuss how your home might generate even more generous offers. It's a pleasure to meet you this way, and it would be great to chat and discuss the possibility.
Now, the reason this was so effective to him, even though he would disagree with of every script he could write, he had his own vision, was he has all the data in lead gen specific to real estate people of how many points of contact, how many times you have to touch somebody before they're going to touch you. It's a science. It's not a gut feeling, right? Now, what he thinks is our technology will change the data because he sends non-interactive content. That's where he's so excited about testing it that he's saying, I think he used the number 33 on average, that his real estate people do before they can get a listing from somebody. 33 points of contact from a cold call to a listing. That's what I'm saying. He's the guy in search of improving his own data. I mean, he was so specific with the numbers of what it cost and the return, which is why he helped people sell 1,000 homes, last year. So that's where I'm saying this, a lot of times we just do things and going, well, sure, it's logical, it's common sense. And then you run into a guy like that and says, let me turn your common sense into data for you and real numbers in that perspective, And so it's interesting, right? Like for a guy like that, which is also interesting, he doesn't do webinars. So in the beginning, he was like, I'm not sure why I'm on. Right? And by the end, it was like, show me how the webinar part works. Right? Because now he's thinking in a completely different way. Right? And so the technology is going to open doors. Knock on the right door, I would say, is number one. Right? Don't overwhelm them with details. Try to find one of our videos in the back office that's a great example that allows them to see a use case, right? Like when I show the telehealth one, nobody comes back to me and goes, well, I don't get that. I mean, if I show the car dealership one, right? No one goes, oh, that makes no sense to me. So in a world where people are literally spending billions of dollars every single month to try to get at a competitive advantage, and you have an opportunity to show them something they haven't seen before and have difficulty arguing that it could make a difference, that's how good a seat the technology's putting you in that perspective, right? If somebody shows you Zoom, somebody will say, well, have you seen Google Meet? Or somebody shows you Google Meet, have you seen Webinar Jam? We never show anyone our product and they go, but have you seen this company? And if they do, it's because they don't understand they usually say that before we do a demo, not afterwards, right? And because of the false comparisons in that perspective, right? And that's what I love about the relationship that Dave has in our technology, right? If you notice, Dave never comes with theoretical questions, right? He comes with, I'm doing a meeting tomorrow, and this is the experience I want to create. And tell me if the platform can do that or not, and if it can we create that, right? It's very end result oriented, right? Or it's the same thing from Rachel. I did a meeting yesterday, right? Most of her questions will begin with, I did a meeting yesterday, right? Not, I'm thinking about how the platform could be used in a way. No, this is not entertainment, right? This is about, I'm trying to get results, and we're molding the platform as a collective group, right? So that's why, all kidding aside, when Dave says, hey, put a timer on the breakout room, it helps me sell. It's not that I just like a timer, right? It's going to help me in my meeting in a very real way, right? In that perspective, right?
I have a thought on that. I think at this point, I look at it, I'm B2C. I'm not B2B, I'm B2C. And get it going, B2C. And that's how my meetings have been going. And I met with a Primerica person today and somebody who owns a marketing company today. It's both of them I did. And both the meetings lasted almost an hour, by the way.
Wow.
Because they a lot of details, a lot of information. They asked questions. They talked about their business, how it would apply and everything like that. And I took my time. I'm looking at it as B2C until we're not ready. I don't believe that we're ready for B2B yet. We're not. I believe that it's B2C. That's my thoughts. So
I agree. B2B is a very sophisticated sale and follow up in that perspective, right? And I think you're right. I think every company will, grows into the B2B, depending on, and again, I think after this weekend, will be a little easier to do B2B. And remember, the thing about B2B in reality, they'll use the features the least, right? Because they're not going to have 500 people on a meeting. B2B doesn't do that, right? I'm saying how many IBM meetings, right? Are going to have, just remember this. This is an important statistic, right? I think it's 92% of every single webinar has less than 25 people. We're so worried, right, about all the 92% have less than 25 people. The majority is between 6 and 8. That's the real audience. That are, when I say there's 550 million people are using this every day, that's the real audience of people that are really using it every single day. Now, do I think direct selling companies and affiliate marketing companies are in their own category and skew the numbers? 100%. And that's why it's a lucrative business for all of us, because they're willing to pay a premium for the product, because they're the ones who get the highest ROI compared to any other vertical in the moment, right? It is because they have a very tangible monetary call to action, whether it be an enrollment or a sale. And they're usually dealing more than one-to-one, right? And so that's where, as you're saying, Rachel, as we go forward, we're going to really try to balance our approach to individuals, business, I'm really saying MLM or, or affiliate marketings, right? And the enterprise. And you would think enterprise goes to the higher level, right? No, actually, I think the majority of enterprise companies will looking for the smallest plan and serve the most amount of people in that perspective. So yeah, I think that's the maturity, right, of this, call it a beta launch that we've done so far. We learn the technology, now we're learning our customers, right? We're learning the use cases in that perspective. And I think the biggest mistake that every company makes is they go after the fringe people, right? Because they're the ones who haven't been served by the traditional companies, right? I want to do a meeting with 1,000 people. I need to do it in Ghana. I see, right? Or, I mean, most people can send me the strangest emails, right? The thing that they need, even though it doesn't exist anyplace else, but here's what they need if they're going to use us, right? And so, and it's always easy to go, oh, sure, we'll give that, we'll get them. And you end up just losing focus, right? As opposed to just staying, let's stay in that 550 million zone, not try to get the other 20 million people who are unhappy with Zoom, right? or Google Meets in that perspective, right? Keeping it simple, But I always notice that certain members, right, will always continually bring me the oddball person, right? 'Cause that's what they're attracted to, that oddball use case, right? Versus, well, no, you're just a normal Zoom user and we could just help you in what you're currently doing. And it's such a better experience, right? So is there anything I can demo today, by the way? Anything you guys are specifically looking for? Or because I know you guys are a pretty mature crowd, in that sense. I do want to promote, again, Saturday's call that I think, like I say, it's going to have information, experience, perspective, and some substantial announcements that are not just theoretical in nature. And so really looking forward to a very interesting call on Saturday. If you can't make it, of course, we're going to record it. I wish I could be the one that watches the recording, but no, I will be there on my Saturday to go do it for you guys. Okay. But Alex, you're good. Vicky, you're good. Mary, no special training you need today, right? Okay. I do want to say that this week we did customer service told me we got a lot of very mundane questions. In the sense of I wanted to up my subscription, I want to change my credit card. Just in case any of the people in your organization, I'm saying sometimes they're, you always think that they're all the most sophisticated questions. But I just want to show you this section in here called My Account is where they really can manage their account, right? And so you right here, subscription. They want to change, I think it's not going to pop up that quick. Let me see. Hold on here. Hit fresh. There it's popping. So this is where you can change your plan, change your billing, change your information as opposed to canceling and or whatever really activity you want to do. I'm saying this is a really easy place to do a lot of that stuff. So sometimes people, they're waiting on us, and the truth is they have all the control, in that perspective. But for some reason, people kind of miss the My Account and My Profile section of where all their information is and a lot of ability. In today's world, we try to make everyone as independent, as possible in that sense. Some people have asked about the AI agent in the back office. Quite honestly, I'm saying we have not focused on it since we initially launched it because we thought that we wanted to work on the core platform, much more important than entertaining you with the AI agent in the back office. But after we finish this next round of really finishing out the platform, condensing it from 2 into 1, we have some pretty exciting things planned and thought of, right, for the AI agent. But in reality, I'm saying you don't need the AI agent to upgrade your subscription in that perspective. But I want you to know it is on the roadmap, to be able to do that. Same thing, hopefully the AI credits will, are really going to be solidified and affordable. They're not going to be $5 a credit. So people ask that because we put that number up for testing. Like I say, I always think people sometimes just focus on the fringe as opposed to the core, right? And the core of this product, the core of this scenario is for you as members to help other people sell their products in real time. And real time is anytime, in that perspective. And I think now you're starting to see, because we've got a lot of the heavy lifting behind us, the chat working, so you can feel it's happening, we'll get all those little final 10% annoying things, right? All said and done in that perspective. Okay. So anyone else have anything? Otherwise, remember there is our business opportunity call tonight, best opportunity to invite new people. We give them the overall perspective. Of course, we are going to have a special guest, and hopefully you'll think he's as special as last week's was, who was pretty special, right? I don't think it's better than Morgan Freeman. We'll see if we could surprise you this week with that perspective.
Real quick, Steve, when you got a second.
Sure. Yes.
In the chat, in the chat, I put 3 of my avatars, one with the Tower of Babel, and then my one with McDonald's. So if you want to take a look at those, the Tower of Babel is quite interesting.
Well, you
in
can
my
ask
opinion.
if anyone wants to, you can click on those videos and download them,
Right.
and anyone then can play them afterwards. So that would be fine. Sure.
I think
People
he
who
sent
do
them as
that.
a direct message to you because I don't see them.
Did you click on?
They're
Remember, there's
general.
general and direct. Yeah, click on general, Dave. You may be on direct. I
No,
see
I'm
it
on
in general. Yeah, and I see it.
Well, you have the Tower of Babel, you have Taco Bell, and then you have my sleigh.
Yeah, I can absolutely see it.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
see the Taco Bell picture and then I see the one video.
One's still loading.
Yeah.
So I think he might have posted them before I came in. That might be why I can't see them.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Yep. There. I think he
Okay.
resent for you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. But remember, it's the Tower of Babel, so you won't be able to understand it anyway, right? That's the whole point. Right.
No, the whole point
But-
is the Tower of Babel has fallen.
Oh, okay.
So-
I didn't know what part of the story you were going to share. Okay, we got that.
The Tower of Babel is full, and there's a scripture said they were all in one accord. The first time a car was mentioned, but they all spoke in the same. They all listened in the same language. Steve has invented the. He has toppled the Tower of Babel. Now I'm sending this to religious Facebook religious groups that I belong to. They're national, international Methodists, so they'll get this, and that's out of all the ones I've done in the last 2 days, I've gotten the most hits on this one.
Oh, that's great. So listen, before we wrap up today, is there anyone I'm saying who wants me to demonstrate anything? Because I'm saying I don't know all the names of people on. So if you're brand new, you want me to show you something, now's the moment. Happy to do that. Happy to take you through anything. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys tonight. Go ahead, Mary.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Can I what, Mary?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course I can.
Okay. I spoke a couple of times and I didn't know whether you could hear me or not. I have a new person on called, her name is Susan Heckman. So I'd
Where is she?
just like to welcome her today.
Oh, there she is. I see Susan. Uh-huh.
Hi, Steve.
Okay, Susan, we have like a hazing ritual. Anytime a new person comes on, you have to sing a song. So just pick a favorite. No, that's okay. I'm teasing. Don't go through the repertoire.
Amazing
but,
Grace. I'm not a singer.
Hey, if you want to,
Like it.
but pleasure to meet you. When did you sign up with us?
Mary just introduced it to me about an hour ago, so I plan to do that as soon as I get off.
You are fresh. Okay. So as opposed to me, I mean, I'll take you through just a really little quick intro because it's better if you play with it a little bit, right? And then tomorrow, I'm saying if you come back tomorrow, I'll take you through everything. But I do want to start you just here for a second. So as soon as you log into the back office, this is what you're going to see. Okay.
Okay.
So this is like your Zoom portal, your Google dashboard, it's you at the controls. Okay. You're the pilot, right?
Right.
And before you figure anything out, right, I want you just to know what a meeting experience is. Now, the nice part is you can start a meeting all by yourself. So you can make all the mistakes you want and no one's going to notice. And the way you do that is you hit start a meeting right here in the center.
I see.
Okay. So you literally in 2 steps, you log in, hit start a meeting, and you're already training yourself. And if you want to invite someone, right, to actually watch what you're doing, then hit the share button and then copy the link. See the link right here? You copy it this way, copy it this way, and you can text it or email it to anybody, and they can then join with you, right? So you could do it by yourself, or you can do it with somebody, who's probably going to make fun of you, right? So if you hit start meeting, okay, the first thing you want to do is, I know there's two choices. You're going to pick the one on the right, okay, 2.0.
Okay.
And notice as soon as you click on it, you're going to hit start meeting.
Okay.
And then the first thing you're going to see is we want to make sure that your audio and video is hooked up correctly. So you see here where it says audio, and you see you have a list of devices. Usually it lands on the right device, but if not, you're going to change it to that device.
Okay.
Same thing with the speaker. Just make sure, like if I'm using AirPods, so that's why my both say AirPods, right? I'm using my FaceTime camera on my computer. Some people have a third deal. And you can even test the sound. Okay, so you know you're going to be good to go. And then you join the meeting. So literally in 5 minutes, you'll be your own meeting. Okay.
Okay. So is this all platform like via a desktop or laptop, or is it also
Work
mobile?
on every device.
Okay.
Now, it's easier to learn. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got two open because I didn't do that. Let me see if I lose. Okay, there I am. I'm back. Sorry, so I had two open. So it's easier to learn on the desktop because everything is bigger,
Right.
right? And everything is laid out. In mobile, it's always things are laid out in shortcuts in that perspective, right?
Yes.
And so let me go back again because I opened up the meeting in the same tab. So I'm gonna go back to where I was before. Okay. So now I'm back to start a meeting. 2.0. Okay. And now I'm joining that meeting the way I did before. So this, instead of a picture of me, thank God, it'll be a picture of you, because it's going to be you, right, in your first meeting. And you're going to see all these buttons on the bottom, which is very similar to Zoom.
Oh, I'm losing sound.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay, maybe I didn't hit audio. Let me see. Can't hear me, huh?
Now I can.
Oh, okay, good. I'm back.
Yes.
All right. So you see all these buttons on the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Right? So you see microphone, I could mute myself, I could turn my camera off. If I want to record the meeting, I could just hit record in that sense. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So trying to get that back. We'll skip settings for a second. That's a little more complicated. Just so you know that if you're speaking to somebody in a foreign language and you want to understand what they're saying and you want them to understand what you're saying, all you do is hit translate.
That's nice.
And you see all these languages here.
Yes.
Okay. So you would, if you're on English, so you want to hear everything in English, so you don't change it. But your guests are going to get the same pop-up window that you got. And so they can choose the language they want to hear you in. And then all you do is hit start translate. That's how easy it is to do.
Nice.
And then when you want to disable translation, hit disable, right? So you see what I mean? It's not really complicated, right? And then if you want to screen share the way you normally do in a Zoom, we have screen share right here. You would hit that. Notice the tabs open up, the windows open up, right? And if you're going to share a tab, you literally can see these, the view of what the tab is you're going to share. You want to make sure the audio is on, and then you hit share, and then you're busy sharing a screen, right? But if you want to do what no other platform can do except us, you're going to share and make that screen share interactive. You hit this share button right here. See, this is like the on and off button. As soon as I hit it on, turn it off. It's that easy, okay? And then you can literally, since you won't have any favorites yet, right? You're going to type in your very first website, right? Whatever that may be.
Okay.
And let's say it's statefarm.com. Okay. And to make it a favorite, by creating a personal browser, you hit the star button. And you're going to type in state, and you're going to save it as a favorite. And then every time you log in, it'll be a choice here for you, so you never have to type in it again.
Nice.
Okay? And then you've got three options. If you want to see what the website looks like before they do, you hit preview, right? If you want to bring up the screen, but you don't want them touching it yet because you don't want your guests getting ahead of you in the presentation, that means you want to just hit the standard view.
Okay,
which means they think they're in a Zoom, right? And they are, in the sense that you're in control.
correct.
You're making your presentation. You can turn the pages, whatever you want. But let's say the difference here, which makes us special, is the end of the meeting, and your customer actually, in shock to you, is willing to go forward and start a quote with you right now. If it was Zoom, the answer is, I'm going to send you a text and hope you do it in the next 5 days, right? Because I'm not going to be there, right? But instead, because it's us, you hit make interactive, and that guest, and in fact, even 598 more guests, all at the same time, could actually touch the screen and start a quote and finish it with you in privacy. You can't see them do it. Other guests can't see them do it, so they don't have to be afraid of putting in their credit card or their zip that some stalker is going to knock on their door an hour later. Correct. But as the host, let's say he's saying, hey, you're done with that, but I want to show you our retirement plans too. So you're going to grab control of the screen back. And you see it says standard, I'm in control. So now I could bring up our retirement plans. And now I can talk about this, and then I could make that interactive. Maybe I want you to get that plan too. So you see, these are your magic buttons.
Yes.
Right? So right now my guests are in control. Right now I'm in control, or maybe I just want to talk. And then your websites are right here, where you literally just type in a new one. This is, fundamentally, right? And the second thing is you can hit record, and it'll record it. And then every website that you made interactive during the recording will be interactive if you send it as a text or an email after the meeting.
Wow. Wow.
See, and you thought we were just another Zoom with a buy button.
When Mary called, I knew it was more than ordinary.
Well, that's why I didn't want you to leave today not knowing kind of what makes us exceptional. Now, there's a lot more to learn, and there's a lot more things. It's like when you buy your iPhone, right? You just want to know how to make a phone call and check your emails and go to a website, right? And then over time, you find out, like, oh my God, it checks my heart blood pressure. It can measure my living room furniture. It's like, those aren't urgent things to do, but it's kind of cool when you find out later on it can. We're kind of the same experience, right? We want you just to get this core part down right here at Hello. And then that's what these training sessions are for. Every day we'll kind of show you something new. Because, like, let's say the next day or two, you're going to say, I want to create an avatar. I want to do an AI twin of myself. I may never use it, or you don't think you're going to use it, but you're going to go, you know what? I just want to see if I could do it, and then I'll decide if I want to use it later. Those are the kind of things we'll take you through, but you don't have to learn that in day one.
It's nice. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for sharing your time with me for the introduction.
Okay. And I'm sure you can thank me now that I didn't make you sing the song. Okay, so we're good with that. Lazaro, you have a question.
Hello, Steve. Nice to hear you. You're great. I really admire you. Thank you. I just have one question. Is it possible to make a signature in the interactive without using DocuSign?
Well, you could use any other one. I only use DocuSign because I know it works well. So it's like anything. If you have eSign or some other company I never heard of, I always say first test it, and we'll find out if it works, because some of them have securities on it that make it very difficult to log in, because obviously it's the highest security possible, right? Your own signature that counts as a legal document. I'm saying with DocuSign, I know we're good. But if you want to send me one, I'll be happy to test it for you as well. Like, I'll upload a document, I'll send it to myself. But we don't have our own signature perspective. And I'll tell you why we chose not to create our own. Is every single insurance company, real estate company, law firm, they only can use approved e-sign companies that their companies or the companies they work for allow. And so we would show that as a feature, and they go, well, that's great, but it's not legally binding because you're not an authorized compliant. So that's where the best part is if somebody says, my company only allows me to use this, great. Bring the one that your company allows, as opposed to us trying to replace it. Just the way if somebody says, hey, my company, uses Twilio to send all of our texts and emails. When you go, you know what? You get to use Twilio, and you don't have to use our system. right? You can just create. Somebody says, you know, my company just did this big deal with HeyGen, this big avatar company. You know, I say you don't have to use our avatars. You can use HeyGen, create them outside the system, and I'll show you how to use your avatars and make them interactive with our websites, right?
Thank
So
you.
that's our
No,
philosophy. Is most companies, right, spend a great deal of due diligence on deciding who they're going to allow or not. Then the average person, right? Let's say somebody like Mary, not that you're average, Mary, I didn't mean that, right? But like you finally found the technology that you think and trained yourself on how to use it. Right? And the last thing you do is you join a new company, they go, oh, you can't use that one you just learned. Right? So whether it's an individual or whether a big company, both people are comfortable using the things they know. Right. So our idea is to offer you an alternative to the things that you know. Hopefully you fall in love with it and you prefer to use ours, whether that be a CRM or Avatar Studios, or, you know, I'm saying, but we never make it a requirement other than the core webinar platform. The only one company we can't work with is a direct webinar competitor, right? We can't work with Zoom, we can't work with the Google Meet, but virtually every technology platform beyond that, we're good to go with. And so whether it be Go High Level, whether it be Salesforce.com, HubSpot, or the next company that Dave's going to suggest to me, we're probably good to go, right?
great.
So
Thank you.
all right, guys. I will see you tonight. I will see you tomorrow. I will see you Saturday. I will see you enough where you go, I don't want to see him anymore. But we're here to support you guys, okay? So have a great afternoon, everybody. All right.
Thanks, Steve. Nice meeting you.
Okay.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting
Bye-bye.
What's that, Dave?
Did you see the direct message I sent?
No, you know, it's not like I'm busy. Do you know what I'm saying, right?
Well, I didn't want you to close it before you seen that.
Okay. That. Oh, Dave, you don't have to worry. I'll cover you either way. You know,
Okay, cool.
whether we are or not on Saturday, you're good. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, cool.
All righty. Rachel, have a good day. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow or tonight.
Yep.
Sorry.
See you.